Okay, so I have a personal brew for you guys today. This is Ob Nixilis Sacrifice, now with Lord of the Rings cards. So what we're doing in this deck is we're playing around the core of cards from Lord of the Ring that is quickly emerging here in mono black. We're running Orcish Bowmasters, Shieldred the Apocalypse. Well, actually that didn't come out here, but it emerged during this time. And we have the One Ring. So it's Orcish Bowmasters and the One Ring. And for me, I'm quickly seeing that also Call of the Ring is a very valuable card here. I often play it as a 2 of, but it's honestly worth playing as probably a 3 or 4 of in a lot of decks. The ability to just get to the 4th tier of the ring pretty quickly is just good. And in a deck that's playing Shieldreds, where you can just draw life, essentially this is just draw a card every turn, which is extremely strong. That being said, we are playing in a format with Orcish Bowmasters and Shieldred on the other side, so the fact that this is a may pay 2 life ability is really, really strong. So let's talk about the hand hate, or the card draw hate package first. We have Shieldred, Orcish Bowmasters, and we're running our own copy of the One Ring, but we expect to see that on the other side of the table a lot. We're also running 2 copies of Gyre Reach Sanitarium to basically try to trigger our Bowmasters and Shieldred on our opponent's turn. And yeah, that's kind of that package. And what I've done here is I've kind of done a little A plus B kind of deal here, where we have the card draw hate side of the deck, and then we're also going to be a sacrifice value deck here as well. We're running the Witch's Oven Cauldron Familiar combo, which if you've been in Historic, or if you've been in Historic ever since Eldraine was printed, you'll know that this used to be extremely, extremely strong to the point where they nerfed Cauldron Familiar and basically made Witch's Oven not as good of a card. But we're trying to make it work here today. What we want to be doing here is doing our little ping thing with Cauldron, Witch's Oven, Mayhem Devil. And the reason that we want to do this is because this is all building to support Ob Nixilis Captive Kingpin. A March of the Machines card, 4 mana for a 4/3, so a little bit under rate. But he's got Flying and Trample, and whenever your opponents take exactly 1 damage from any source, you put a counter on him, and you also get card advantage by exiling the top card of your library. So this is actually pretty strong if you can build around him, and that's essentially what we're trying to do today. So things like Orcish Bowmasters, that is a ping to your opponent, generally, so you can trigger your Nixilis. Witch's Oven, sacking a Cauldron Familiar coming back, also supports Ob Nixilis. We're running Firebrand Archer purely to support Ob Nixilis as well, and we have a decent amount of non-creature spells, whether it be the One Ring, things like our Spell Land Valakut, Call of the Ring, Shieldred's Edict Cut Down, and Witch's Oven. We have a lot of support for this card. So not only will it pressure our opponent's life total, but we can also make a huge Ob Nixilis. If a game goes long and Ob Nixilis is left unchecked while your opponent is dealing with your Shieldreds, Bowmasters, and annoying Cauldron Familiar Mayhem Devil combos, then you'll basically be able to just grow this Ob Nixilis under all the value that you're getting otherwise. So he's kind of a need to deal with threat, and if they take the time and resources to deal with him, they're going to have trouble getting rid of these other very, very real threats. So we have Ob Nixilis being supported by pretty much everything. We have life total pressure with the sacrifice loops. We have life total pressure with draw hate, and we have card draw in terms of the One Ring, Ob Nixilis, Call of the Ring, and Gyre Reach Sanitarium. So all these things kind of meld together into what is honestly a really, really good shell. I've played a few games with it already. It's done decently well in Mythic against some weird brews, and we'll just play a couple more games here and see how well my good first impressions will hold up with this deck. I hope you'll join me for the ride here, and I hope you'll enjoy this deck. So let's hop in. Before we do so, though, if you guys have been enjoying the content, you can show your support by dropping a like or subscribing if you are new here. Helps me out a bunch. Let's hop into round 1 and see what we can do with our Ob Nixilis Sacrifice, Hand Hate, Draw Hate combo deck, kind of. Here we go. Okay. We have a pretty highly rated opponent here on what I have to imagine is it Wizards? So I'm thinking that Firebrand Archer is not going to be a very good card to play here. Ob Nixilis is a bit slow. We probably want to go for a bit more interaction here than what we currently have in this hand. So I think I'll strip this one back here and look for something that has Cut Down or Shieldred's Edict. Opponent keeps 7, which is not good, but we do get double Cut Down, and we have all the colors that we need here, which is great. I'll drop the Ob Nixilis because he's something that can be dealt with like a 2-mana spell. And now we've got answers to everything our opponent is going to throw at us here. We'll drop off a black mana first. I think we'll show them mono black initially. From what we're showing right now, we could be mono black discard, so hopefully they'll play around that. And we'll see if they do anything on their Soulscar Mage. 1/2. If they cast one more spell, it will still become a 2/3, so we can just cut down for free essentially. Red won't be able to do anything to us. We'll get the discount on Wizard's Lightning, but we still get to kill their creature, which is generally how I want to play against these kinds of decks. And then I'll probably just start leaving out the Black Cleave Cliffs here, and it's basically our opponent's spell-based damage versus our creature removal. Okay, sure, they'll get the Balmor out. We'll see if they decide to play anything additionally. It is a Symmetry Sage here, and I'd rather get rid of the creature that is currently on the battlefield, and then I'll deal with the Symmetry Sage probably during my turn. And then, so now we have a Firebrand Archer. This can take some damage away from our face, so I think I'm happy to play it. Let's do this. And this also will help me deal a bit of damage to my opponent, so it is a start. This is definitely a weird card, so our opponent reads it, and they are going to wonder what kind of brew we're up to. Happy to see Ranger's Firebrand go to that instead of my face. That saves me a little bit of damage. And I think I can Valakut Awakening on my next turn. I think that's what I'll do here. It's either draw 2 or draw 3. I think I'd like to keep the Phyrexian Tower around. Don't want to be missing my land drops. Okay, so we'll take 3 here, sure. Opponent is on just 3 lands. So we will discard 2. They could Spell Pierce me here, actually. It's just a consider, that's fine. So we're both almost hellbent here. Life total's about equal. Flame of Anor goes away, which means that is pretty good. That means they probably don't have creatures in hand. Or it's just uncomfortable for them to look for creatures. And Locthwain is the card that I'm kind of hoping to see here. I think what I'll do is start off with a Mayhem Devil, try to get myself hellbent so that Locthwain doesn't hurt me so much. We are ultimately looking for a Shieldred. And I like to see Dreadhorde Arcanist here. I hope this is Reckless Rage. Reckless Charge, I mean. That gives me a perfect window to cut down. And now we are looking pretty good here. Gyre Reach Sanitarium is an option. And I'll be left with 2 mana if I activate Locthwain, so I'll wait till my next turn. I like how this is going so far. It's a Symmetry Sage. That's okay. They're going to be able to Reckless Charge me and hit me for 6, though, which is tough. Let's go ahead and Locthwain now. See if we can hit something here. We get the Ob Nixilis. That is something to do. And then if I were to sack Mayhem Devil, I'd be able to draw a card, but I don't really want to do that. We'll take our 6. And we do get to deploy a Flying Blocker this turn, which is good. Witch's Oven's actually nice here. That does represent a ping to our opponent as well. And we'll end turn here. If it really comes down to it, we can gain life. Oh, wow, and they just have to get their Jugantha. This is great for us. Go to our turn. And here's the Shieldred that is going to do it, I think. Yeah, they'd have to draw exactly Flame of Anor here to kill. And are they just letting me do it? Wow. Looks like we just were able to out-survive the, is it Wizard deck? That comes down to recognizing what my opponent was on and doing my best to mulligan to a hand that could deal with it. Cool. So, done with round 1. Let's hop into round 2. Here we go. Alright, we got round 2 coming up. This is not terrible. If my opponent's slow, I can deploy a Firebrand Archer and then hold up cutdowns for them. If they're not on a deck where cut down is good, that sucks. This is a Lurrus deck, which makes me think maybe mono black. This could just be hand hate. So cut down, killing a Bowmaster is good. Yeah, I think I can vibe with this hand. Let's try it. Show them mono black as well first. They mulligan once. And it's my turn on the play, so I think I'll probably just deploy a Cauldron Familiar. I have double cut down, so it's fine. They're going to probably lead on Thoughtseize or Kozilek's Inquisition, meaning that I'll probably lose a cut down. Or they might take Firebrand Archer, because if they're... This might be a deck, actually, where cut down is bad. Almost certainly it is. Cut down does kill Lurrus, so Lurrus is less of a threat. That's good. But, yeah, I need to probably start thinking about how I'm going to either tempo my opponent or how I will draw into a hand that can deal with Lilianas and such. Alright, so here's Cauldron Familiar. Let's just get a body onto the battlefield. Get going. Probably it's Firebrand Archer on 2 unless they deploy a 1/1. Oh, this is not the deck that I thought it was. This is Portable Hull. This is probably Artifacts. This means that Cut Down is probably decent. Shieldred's Edict, now a good card. And we are off to the races. This might actually be a good matchup after all. So they're seeing Firebrand Archer, and they are probably wondering how to play their hand around this. Ingenious Smith, okay. I can cut this down on my next turn, which I almost certainly want to do. They're going to have a lot of stuff that's good for cut down, though. That's great. I get in for 2 here once I kill their Smith, and then I get to hold up Shieldred's Edict. They also have Portable Hull. Sure. Yeah, Ingenious Smith. We'll kill Smith. Kill Smith. Deal the damage to them. We'll see if they want to trade for Archer. It's convenient if they would just be down to do that. And then I have to hold up Edict or Cut Down, so Blackcleave Cliffs needs to stay. And I'll just start using my resources here. I'm going to lose Firebrand Archer, so in response to their hole, I'll probably have to kill Ornithopter. Wonder if I should do that in their upkeep. Shieldred's Edict also could be good. I will... So I know that another Ingenious Smith will never be... In one turn, it won't be too big that Cut Down can't deal with it. So I might just Shieldred's Edict in their upkeep. Like, they could have Machikos. They could be Portable Hull plus Machikos. That would be good for 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think I'll just play reactively here, honestly. It's fine. If they want to spend their Portable Hull on this, that's okay, too. If we can get an Ob Nixilis down, that'll be good for us. Vault Scourge, that's okay. We'll let them have that. And then the question is it Portable Hull or not? It is Portable Hull. The question is, do I want to get this extra damage in? And I think I probably do. We can Edict. We'll make them sack a non-token creature. Opponent goes to 11. We have a Cauldron Familiar to kind of sit on the battlefield after this, and then we're going to need to kill the Vault Scourge as well. So I'll probably just play that Cut Down this next turn. Okay, I'm glad that it was that. Oh, this is actually a pretty good hand. So I have Shieldred's Edict plus Cut Down. That's beautiful. So I'm now playing around Ethereal Armor, if they happen to have that, or the other one that's similar. Machikos as well. There are 3 cards that I'd be worried about in this case. It's Machikos, so cool. So what we'll do is Edict first. And then Cut Down. We'll have to find another removal spell for the flipped Machikos, which it will need to be another Shieldred's Edict, so I only have 2 of those left in the deck. You know what? Let's not play Shieldred's Edict. Instead, let's Cut Down. And we do get to play this a bit slower. I'm wondering if I still want a Shieldred's Edict. I mean, it deals with 2 creatures, and I'll have time to draw. It is uncertain to me if I should play like this or not. I think I can do Cauldron Familiar my next turn and then hold up Shieldred's Edict. I'll pass. Gotta have some trigger discipline here. Opponent gains 1 life, that's fine. Okay, and then Gaia Reach can't do anything right now. We get another cut down, which is huge. That means I can save my Shieldred's Edict for the flip to Machiko's. Here's Cauldron. They might just put Lurrus into hand next turn, which would be another reason to hold cut down. But I want to get rid of the Vault Scourge. I want to keep their life total low. So is this Lurrus to hand? Yes, it is. We're still going to be looking for removal. Oh, that Ornithopter is annoying. Lochthwain. And maybe it's just Hive of the Eye Tyrant going in with Menace. This is unideal. I think we're going to have to just start... Oh, wait, no, I don't have enough mana. I can do it next turn. Well, Ornithopter being here now makes my Shieldred's Edict a lot worse. I almost should have predicted that, I think. I think Shieldred's Edict is something that I want to crack off when I see that it can have the effect that I want it to. Okay, fine. It looks like we just have to attack in here. See if they want to block with Ornithopter. They do, that's fine. I'm thinking that it's either play a Shieldred's Edict or just draw on this turn. But I want to keep Shieldred's Edict, though. Alright, a 4/4 is not the end of the world. It's going to be annoying that they have more Vault Scourges coming back. I should have kept this cut down. That might be the misplay that cost me the game here. Luckily, we can go long with this deck, so that is something. Yeah. Well, Shieldred's Edict now almost a useless card here, so I can be down to Gaia Reach here. So we'll cycle away this Shieldred's Edict, and now we have a 1 ring, which is good. Their life out of Lurrus doesn't matter, and their Machiko doesn't do anything. So here's a land, here is a ring. So they're going to whisk away Retrofitter Foundry. And I gotta put up a block here. I really need to put up a block here. I'll just draw my card and have it in hand. I don't think they'll make me discard. Ooh, we can loop a ring. That's good. Another Ingenious Smith. They are getting their board all set up. This is about the time where I wish I had some board wipe in this deck, but unfortunately we don't, and maybe that's something that needs to change. So we got a 7/7 that doesn't deal any damage to us, which is fine. We look at almost lethal damage. It's 11-16. So we have Witch's Oven. This is actually huge. We get to start looping Cauldron Familiars now. I can also Lochthwain too. So let's activate the ring here, see what we can draw. There's our Ob Nixilis. That is huge. So Nixilis will be able to start growing our via the Cauldron Familiar. So I think what I'll do is I will hopefully not die this turn, and then I will just start to grow an Ob Nixilis. If we're gonna win this game, it's gonna be because of this guy. Opponent doesn't have blockers, and There's a chance we can do this. So that's 8 plus 6 is 14. 8 plus 7 is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, this... If we survive this, which I actually don't think we're going to, we would need to have... Actually, we can block with Obnixilis. So we might have to just go into another one ring situation here. Alright, not the best. We will not attack, and we will in fact end our turn. Yeah, this is a little iffy. We'll be kind of chilling if we can survive this turn, though. I don't really know how the math is going to work out here. Yeah, Machiko's will be an 8-8 plus 8. That's 16. They do have lethal. Yeah, they actually have lethal. I need to chump block Machiko. That sucks, but it's fine. We're like so close to getting an Obnixilis in though. I almost wonder if I can keep him alive and not die, then that's absolutely what I want to do, because the one ring essentially is going to be a time walk here. So we'll have to see how my opponent plays it. I think the correct move for them is to swing all in. Sure, that's probably going to take Witch's Oven. Makes sense, so we'll activate this, sacking a Cauldron Familiar. Okay. And then, yeah, it's looking like it's a Machiko chump block now. That sucks. If they attack with only it, though, I'm so happy. Is this lethal damage? 9. So I am functionally at 18, so this is lethal. I do need to block somehow. If only Cauldron Familiar could still block. It was nerfed to not be able to block, which just makes the sacrifice deck a lot harder to play. Unfortunately, that Ingenious Smith just got a little bit too big. So it looks like, and let me just do the math again, 9 plus 8 is 17. They have 21 damage here, yeah. So I have to block something and Obnixilis will die. So it will be the Portrait of Machiko. We do have a Witch's Oven now, and we have our one ring. So the game's not over yet. Go to 9. Go to 7, in fact. Another Obnixilis. That's ideal. We don't have the mana to actually use him, though. They are going to Retrofit or Foundry away their Ornithopter. Obnixilis. Yeah, I'm not sure this does it, though. That's the problem. I would need a land here, too. So it's Obnixilis plus Witch's Oven. Hopefully find a land to get Firebrand Archer out. That's like my only blocking option. Oh, actually, the math doesn't even work out. It has to be Witch's Oven anyway. I think from here we are just done for. It's the same turn as last time. So, yeah, I think I probably should have just one ringed anyway. That would have given me a turn, but honestly, if I'm looking at the cards that I drew off of this ring, it wouldn't have mattered. So I think we're good to concede this one to our opponent. Well played out of them. I think in terms of what I could have done better, it would have just been that Lurrus start. I needed to save interaction for the Lurrus, and then other than that, not much I can do. Okay, well that was a good high-level game. Let's hop into our round 3 now. Here we go. Alright, we got our round 3 coming up. This hand is enough to cast a bunch of Orcish Bowmasters, and if we ever get our Obnixilis out, this is a pretty high pinging potential of a hand. So I think we keep it. Let's see. So we'll set up for Bowmasters. Bugbear, and it's Flameblade Adept. This is cycling. Very cool. So I can Cauldron Familiar and hold up a cut down for the Flameblade Adept. I think I'll just cut down and get Cauldron out. we're kind of just chilling here. We'll see what my opponent does. I think I probably just need to get a aggressive board set up. Oh, headliner. Okay, this is cool. And then I believe this guy dies at their upkeep. Yeah, it's at their upkeep. And it's unless they echo. This is just a one-time cost. Okay, so that's fine. Blackcleave Cliffs is good. This gives us 1 Orcish Bowmaster. We'll swing in with the Familiar and then hold up. This could be a 1 for 3, or a 1 for... This is essentially a 1-for-1 trade. Orcish Bowmaster is 4 headliner. Alms of the Vein is annoying, but it's fine. Okay, so we're playing Madness. Let's see what that does for us. They go in. So the question is, are they going to have removal here? I think it's certainly likely that they could. Alright, so I will not block like this. I'll just instead chump. Actually, I think I'll just take 3. Another Orcish Bowmasters makes this Orc army a pretty good trade. I was figuring Skewer the Critics or something similar would be here, so that's fine. Maybe just Shieldred is the move. Ob Nixilis is a good setup after the fact. Yeah, I think I'm fine not killing the headliner. We have Shieldred as a blocker. If Shieldred even trades, that's okay. Like, Shieldred could 2-for-1 trade. I feel fine with that. And then it's just about setting up an Ob Nixilis. Faithless Looting, love to see it. That's 4 damage for my opponent. They are Alms of the Veining. So that basically just negates the Shieldred. Shieldred damage still is better for us. Go to 9. We have backup Shieldred now. Love to see it. And then we have Orcish Bowmasters to punish any draws out of my opponent. I think Rakdos Headliner should just chill there, so I don't think it'll attack. That means I can probably play Nixilis and then just hold up Bowmasters on my following turn. I will go in with Shieldred. Again, I'm happy to make a 2-for-1 trade. They go to 12. We're at 11. It's getting close for both sides, but I think we have the board state to race our opponent to 0 right now. Faithless Looting is an extremely bold play, and they're going to lose because of this, I think. It's going to be... They can't even pay for an Alms of the Vein, right? Yeah, okay. I think we backed him into a corner. Shieldred, absolutely banger card, and worked against the discard deck, or the Madness deck. That was a round 3, kind of quick one. Let's hop into round 4 and see how it goes. Here we go. Okay, round 4 coming up. We have our Call of the Ring this time. Call of the Ring plus Cauldron Familiar is actually kind of nice, because usually Cauldron Familiar, the downside is that it gets stuck in a situation where it can only attack. That's like its only functional use. It could be sacked to your Witch's Oven, but you might not have that. So being able to hold Cauldron Familiar and then just do a Call of the Ring as well is pretty strong. Here's our Familiar. No need for Archer yet, but that is a thing to keep in mind. Here, the Orphan Guard, I see red-white. I'm almost wondering if this is a Hammer Time deck. Here's Call of the Ring. Let's just start setting up our unblockable 1/1 attacker. Alright, so we're going to tempt ourselves, and we will pay the 2 life to draw here. Getting the use out of Call of the Ring immediately. You love to see it. And this is Blackcleave's Cliff. We can hold up Shieldred's Edict and Archer, because I think that this is a Hammer Time deck. I am going to be a lot happier holding up the Shieldred's Edict. So we'll see what they play. Is this a 2 or more color deck? It is red-white indeed. So we'll see what they play here, see how they set things up. Search for Glory. Oh, they're going to try to lock me out here. I see. That's fine. Oh, it's Faceless Haven combo. Okay. Well, absolutely we want to hold Shieldred's Edict now. We're going to have Cauldron Familiar be the Ring Bearer. We will continue to pay life for this. Double Shieldred's Edict means I am absolutely happy about the way that this is going. Let's see. If I shock this in, I can hold up... Am I going to get comboed this turn? Faceless Haven, it takes 3 snow mana. They have 3 snow mana, but that's only to become a creature. They'll have to wait 1 more turn. So I can actually play out a Shieldred here. We get to loot here, and I think I will loot away the Witch's Oven. We don't need to be doing that damage right now. And now Call of the Ring is a free card every turn, which is huge. Our opponent's going to start to take some damage. And I don't think they lock me out this turn. It's the one ring, sure. Now, that's fine. They're going to continue to lose life. I guess I'll make Firebrand Archer the ring bearer since Faceless Haven's too big for it, and Cauldron Familiar might need to be sacrificed to something. Like a Witch's Oven, that's exactly what I was playing for. So I get to probably need to hold up double Shieldred's Edict. I can just make another Firebrand Archer, I suppose. This way, if they try to animate their Haven, I can Edict it. Destroy all creatures, that's interesting. Sure. Sad. Now we have to go find creatures. So Faceless Haven, I think, is not their plan A. I think this is just a control deck with Doomscar and probably red board wipes. Okay, so we can... I wish I had played Witch's Oven last turn. Let's get our one ring, start looking for a land. They've got it, we have it. Gain pro everything. We'll draw a card, look for a land. Untapped land would be great. We don't find it, that's okay. We have all the creature removal when our opponent finally tries to go there. And I'll hold Shieldred's Edict up for Planeswalkers. This might be a deck that ends with a big Chandra. Opponent's at 8. Dropping another Shieldred totally pressures them. So we'll need to draw for that. Alright. Search for Glory, sure. So what do they find here? This is going to be Book of Exalted Deeds, that's kind of what I thought. And now we'll need to hold up Shieldred's Edict. I'm going to have to actually hold up double Shieldred's Edict, now that I think about it. Okay, no land again. That's annoying. Here's our land. And let's see, so it's either Faceless Haven or the Angel that they decide to put it on. So I have to do the double Shieldred's Edict. There's no way around that. I do get to play a 1-drop though, so that'll be my Witch's Oven. And unless they play another creature before going for their book combo, I should be able to deal with it. And it's you can't lose the game, yeah, so that's going to be tough if they get it. If it's the creature, though, yeah, they just want to get it on Faceless Haven. I know that that's the thing that they want to do. They go to 8. So I think they're going to animate Haven. Oh, they need 6 mana for it, don't they? Yeah, they'll need the land. I can Edict now. Creature token? Yep, creature token. Get rid of all the angels that they could possibly put on this thing. And I think I'm less worried about being able to use a cut down. Oh, beautiful. Sure. And then activate Exalted Deeds. This is a non-token creature. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, and they have the Chance for Glory backup. What a baller move. Oh, I love that. That is sick. So they're going to counter target spell? Yeah, that makes sense. So it's Pact, Chance for Glory, Faceless Haven, Mutavault, Exalted Deeds combo. That was cool. And I don't have a way to do anything about that, if I understand correctly. I think that's probably just GG there. Now, when it comes to cards, if I can just survive the entire game, then it's good. I think actually not being able to lose the game will mean that they can draw from an empty library and be just fine. That's 5 cards, and that means that next turn they will have me there. Actually, I think I get 1 turn and then they'll just draw out. That's cool. I'll pass through and just let them draw into their second sun. Pretty cool deck out of our opponent. Generally, when you see combo like this, it's not red-white. It's usually Jeskai. Very cool. And we'll let this resolve. Our opponent takes us. Very unique deck. I'm excited to see something like this. We go to exactly 999, just one above 1,000. Anyway, that was our round 4. We have a final round coming up. Well, let's hop into it. Here we go. Okay, round 5. Here we go. This is a tough one. We have a Call of the Ring, but nothing really to do. If they mull, I will. Otherwise, I will play this and just use Call of the Ring. Okay, we'll keep this then. It will be Valakut into Black Slave. Yep. Oh, okay, this changes things a little bit. It's like this now. Alright, well, assuming we don't immediately die. And, oh, this is very scary. I think my lands are going to get destroyed soon. They're already starting to read them. Should I dangle out a Hive or a Gyre Reach? I need to play a black land. We'll get rid of Hive. I'm fine if I lose that. And I assume I lose a land here. Yep. We're going to need to find our removal spells. That's not a removal spell. I will just show them red and colorless, make them think that I am stuck on my colors, but I am in fact not. The Black Cleave can still cast removal if I draw it. Bowmasters, that's something. That at least deals with the damage levied at me. Eventually they're going to run out of things to do here. I'll kill the mana producing thing. As long as we can draw our 1 and 2 drop removal, we're feeling okay. Let's make Bowmasters this thing. We will pay the 2 life. We find a land. We find a double land, that's huge. Let's swing in and leave a blocker back. Eventually they're going to start taking damage. We want to keep all the lands that we can. And the one ring, we'll only need one of it. Hence the name, I guess. Alright, and now we're looking good. We go to the max tier of the ring. We will take some damage here. Now we're starting to cook. Opponent takes 4 a turn. We get to draw discard. I'll discard Archer, I think. And then now it's just Shieldred, when Shieldred can come down. Here we go. Land. And is it damage? Just an elf. That elf can block me, which is annoying. Okay. Ring tempts me. Let's continue to make it Bowmasters. We will pay the 2 life. Yeah, let's do it. And now we have Shieldred. Oh, I'd have to shock in Blood Crypt, don't I? Alright, we are getting a little spicy here. Bowmasters does not really need to go in it this time. This can, though. This is a terrible trade for them. Alright, they are pressured as much as they possibly could be. Scavenging Ooze, okay. And I think we've just basically we've broken parity here. They can kill Shieldred. Let's make this the Ring Bearer. I'm happy to pay 2 life here. We can just drop out a 1 ring. And also that is free. Here's Cut Down on Llanowar Elves, and then we can play a land for the 1 ring. Actually, I want to get Ob Nixilis out. Sure. They're going to excuse me. Fine. I guess I could have attempted to cut down the Ooze, but they would have been able to get out of that range. Here is Locthwain for Ob Nixilis. We'll swing in with this creature. Draw, discard. Now that we're good on lands, I can probably just start discarding lands. Opponent's Hellbent. And we're feeling good about this. They can't block. Okay. Yeah, I think we have an unbeatable position right now. We're going to continue to fuse to make that bigger. That's fine. Opponent takes another 3. We get a Cauldron Familiar in exile. Alright. And we successfully beat the land destruction deck. The card draw of Call of the Ring, honestly, is what did it for us. Extremely good card. I am singing the praises of this thing, and I think it's a craftable 4 for almost everybody. It's a very good card. This deck was playing only 2 copies, and I think that if I were to go back on it, I might add a 3rd one. I'm kind of toying with the idea, but we'll see. The games where I draw it, it's just always a pretty good card. I'm pretty high on this card right now. With that being said, that was our 5th game. Hope you guys enjoyed the deck and the games. If you want to support the channel, you can do so by dropping a like on the video or subbing to the channel if you are new. All those things help me out a bunch. Leave a comment if you liked. That's another way to help the channel out, hacking the algorithm and such. But with that being said, yeah, we're done for today. Hope you enjoyed the Rakdos Ob Nixilis draw hate deck. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.